Introducing on my show now, we are joined by not one but two special guests now from the east side of the east side of America by the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm introducing on my show now. We have the Robert Paul Band featuring the one and only Tim Mcgeary. Well, welcome to my show, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Great.
I want to get you on just to tell my listener about what you do. You have a new song you're doing the rounds promoting at the moment. What's this new song called?
It's called "You Got Me Prayin." That was the first single. We did 7 songs on this EP, and it just in fact today is actually tomorrow is the official day of the coming out. So we got to you, so you could play it.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. We Robert and I came down here in my studio, Black Pro Studios, and we recorded down here, and it was really organic, and just like, we respected each other's talent. We had some songs, we had a lot of ideas, put them together, and then we had some other players like bass, Daryl Nutt playing drums, David Johnson bass, and it really came together. It was just we're excited about this record, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback from what we've done.
Great.
But it was fun, and the thing is, we laughed a lot because we had fun.
That's the theme. We laughed a lot.
It's good to have
mostly at my mistakes, but hey, we laughed.
Yeah, it's good to have fun, and then the rest takes care of itself.
Right.
I agree.
The thing is,
yes.
You have to. Sometimes in the studio, I've been in studios, and so has Robert, where it's tense and it's like it's not even fun anymore, and it's like, But the thing is, you keep it loose and have fun, and then what I find out, with the artists that I've worked with, the more you give them positive feedback and stuff, they do better. They rise to the occasion, and that's exactly, Robert is like basically a shredder, like he plays like quick. And so this time we talked about, so like
I like that word.
Yes, shredder. But we said let's slow it down a little bit.
Slow it down.
And he just did some great leads. In fact, they're so good that his friends don't even believe it's him on the record. Dude,
that's a terrible thing to happen to you, my friend. When your fans, not only your fans, but your best friends don't even believe it's you playing.
So guys, I just wanted to ask, where are you each based in the United States, and how did you meet, in a nutshell?
We have a friend, Mike Kinnaman, in Nashville, and Mike Kinnaman was the road manager for Johnny Van Zandt Band, so he was a good friend of Robbie's, and he wanted us to get together to write some songs, so we got together, and a couple of years ago we got together, we would come up and we'd write some stuff, and it was okay. But nothing like what we put together in this last couple months, and I think just, it's one of those things like, you see each other's talent and you say like, how can we work this? How can we make the best song? And so we really worked on like everything with like, chord changes and guitar parts and then, keyboards and vocals and lyrics and stuff to make this the best record we can make. And
yeah, so you have a new single out, so can you just tell my listener what it's called and what it's briefly about, please?
Okay. Yeah, it's called, so You Got Me Prayin. That's the first single from the record. Basically, it's just like, sometimes you get to the point where like, there's where do I go from here? You know what I mean? And you're just getting like stuck in a place, and sometimes you just got to say, okay, and it's like, you got me praying, and just, and it's not really a religious thing. It's just sort of basically, that kind of feeling like, oh my God, what am I doing? Where am I going? How am I getting out of the situation? And that's basically what it is.
Got it. Keeping the faith, is it? Believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
I mean, we've all been there at one time in our lives, I'm sure.
Yeah. Cool. And this will lead on to a new album as well, called Lucky Number 7. 7 is a great number. Right. Is that one of your favourite numbers?
Well, what's?
Oh no! Don't ask that question.
No.
How about Crazy Eights?
We had 8 songs, but we picked the 7 that we thought were the best. So we did that, and with Lucky Number 7, and it's funny because his publishing company is Lucky Boy, Publishing, right? So like sort of worked, but actually my lucky number is 17. So I mean I've had songs on TV shows called Smellville, and the lady was saying I haven't seen my dad in 17 years, and I have a song called 17 Years Down. So like they said, oh, perfect, boom.
And who did you work with on this album as well? I know Tim and Robert, you worked together, but who else have you worked with on this this project?
Well, we worked with my friend Ray Nesbitt Audio. Basically, for me, like, you got to get your ego out of this sometimes. We did the production, we got all the tracks, but sometimes because you've listened to the tracks over and 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 over, it gets to the point of like, wait a minute, I might could be missing things. So I get my friend Ray, who's done a lot of recording for me and done a lot of other albums for me. I said, hey, listen, I want you to come back, and take a look at these. So he helped us like do a little mixing, tweaked here and there, a few places, and caught some things that I missed. And he did a great job, and then he mastered it. So yeah, we're really happy with what he did. And that's, to me, that's basically like what you do. Like, you have somebody with a second set of ears to like, okay, let's let them listen to it. That are not in the middle of it. And it worked out really well, I think.
That's good.
You tell me. You're hearing the song.
Yes. Well, sometimes you got to listen to a song for it to grow on you.
Yeah.
And then you can't get it out of your head.
Yeah.
Not in a good way sometimes, my friend.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to touch on your album cover as well. You got Lucky Number 7, the artwork. There's a young lady with a box. Does that tell a story at all?
We were just trying to think of something on there, and I remember like in the 30s and 40s, the girls used to sell cigarettes,
Oh yeah.
So that's what she is. She's one of those like the girls that used to sell cigarettes back in the day. We thought it was sort of
yes,
cool, like a little retro, and you wanted something to pop a little bit, as you were like, what is that? Take a look at it, and that's what. And my friend Jerry Holthouse, who he did that cover for us. He's done some other covers. He's very talented graphic artist, and he told me sort of what we're looking for, and he totally nailed it. So yeah,
he did.
Good job.
I like it because it's simple as well. You got Lucky Number 7 and the lady, and then the white background. It works.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it started out as a one of those girls that used to come. I saw one of these girls in a 1943 Gary Cooper film.
Right.
And he was standing there in a black suit, and she came out, and she had kind of that look. This is more modern. She looked more like the 40s look girl that used to come out with the cigarettes and all that. And I thought, man, that would look great on an album cover. Just kind of stuck it away in my head until Tim started coming up with ideas.
Yeah. And you can see this artwork. I'm actually on your Facebook page now, the Robert Poole Band. You got over 1,000 followers, which is quite respectable, and you keep growing and growing as well.
Thank you. We're trying.
We're getting more and more. I mean, like, we're getting these played like in Australia, and like after it got played, we're like, what, are we number 3 on that chart? Something like
yes,
that?
Sir.
And,
within a couple of days, yeah.
In a couple of days, and what's happening is like we're getting a lot. And now we're getting stuff from Australia. I have another radio station that we're doing an interview to there with Miss M on Phoenix Radio.
Nice.
And so the thing is, there's a big world here, and people, and people love, if the music's good, it really communicates to everybody, and that's what I love about. That's why I do music. It's the communicator.
Exactly.
I tell you all the time, like and Robbie's, we're both in like signed bands, the major record deals back in the day, and it's something like you get a crowd of like 25, 30, 50,000, and everyone's like different, and what happens is no matter what, everyone is the same when the music goes on. Everything that was different, religion, race, or everything else, when the music goes on, and how powerful is that? I mean, it's like that's almost like spiritual, and
it is
like grooving to it. It's so cool. I love that. So and I told Robbie too, like I do some small house concerts.
We still got you. Yeah, I can still hear you. But well, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for coming on my show, just to tell me a little bit about what you do. And we also, for me, I've got time to play your new record on my show now. Thank you very much for joining me. That was
thank you.
That was Robert Poole Band with, not forgetting, Tim Mcgeary there.
Right. And hey, thank you so much for having us today. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
You may as well.
We do.